Today we're checking out 10 creepy and compelling glitch in the matrix stories. A glitch in the matrix is a strange, often unexplainable phenomenon that might suggest our reality is actually a simulation. Whether you believe that or not, I'm sure you'll be entertained by these stories. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out my Patreon, link in the description, and let's get into it.
I'm tweaking out. This shirt says Coca-Cola in English, right? So it's a bad photo, but it's the only one I have. You can clearly see that this shirt has Hebrew letters. I bought it in Israel, which is why it's in Hebrew. So on this day, April 14th, 2023, I put it in the washing machine in Hebrew, and it came out in English. Someone please tell me if we just went through a portal, if like astrology girls, please help me out, like what's going on?
Maybe I have someone else's yearbook, right? I moved to Los Angeles from Pennsylvania in 2015, and I don't really see anybody from my high school anymore. Another thing, check this out. Yearbook 1, Janelle. Yearbook 2, Linnell. I am Linnell. This one has no autographs because we had a weird insert page. This one, autographs all over, Linnell. This truly makes no sense to me. This makes no sense to me. What?
I am seriously freaking out. When I drive, I talk to my ChatGPT. We have conversations and things like that. So I've been working with Chat to make a book, and I had it say something differently because I didn't like the way it sounded. And when it was done, I was about to respond, and I heard my voice from like a long distance phone kind of thing say, that's better. I was literally going to say, that's better. But my voice came through from Chat and said it to me. And then when I questioned it on it, it was like, that's spooky, but I'm not programmed to do that. Was it a glitch? Blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it wasn't a glitch. You literally read my thought and said it back to me in my voice. Did this ever happen to you? Because I'm seriously freaking out right now. Okay, wait, I asked it even more. I was like, could you be tapping into another side, another portal? Like, could something be happening here? And it keeps saying no. It's like, I'm not programmed to do that. I can't do that. You know, have you had other experiences? And like, literally, no. This gave me chills. I mean, there's no words. Can you tell me what the heck happened? Because I cannot make sense of it.
So I'm out in Europe, and the craziest thing happened the other day. I was hanging out on this very bench where I am right now, and I decided to go for a walk. And typically, like, this whole week that I've been here, I've been like looking something up on my phone first and be like, oh, I want to go to this restaurant, or I want to go check this out, and I'll type it in, see it's like 10-15 minute walk, boom, I'll head there. But for some reason that moment I was just like, I'm just gonna go explore. And like, maybe I should be doing that more, but I don't know. I was just like, something got in to my head that moment and was like, let's just head this way. And I was like, cool, let's go. So I'm just turning, and for some reason I'm just having this feeling of like turn this way. No clue where I'm really going. All of a sudden I get to this intersection and I'm like, I should just stop for a second. Like, I was about to cross and I was like, just wait. And then all of a sudden I hear someone say my name. Mind you, I'm in Portugal, some place I've never been before. And I look up, and it's this guy I know from my hometown, where there's one stoplight in my hometown. I graduated with 90 kids in high school. Some kid I know from my hometown, who I haven't seen in years, says my name. I look up, and it was like, truly felt like a glitch in the matrix. Like, I was actually shook for like 10-15 seconds, where I was just like, what is happening? Like, I haven't felt like that in so long. And we got to chatting. He was there with his wife, and we found out that we live in the same city back in the United States. We both live in Texas, and we were like, let's meet up next week, and like, just like got to chatting, like took a photo, and then we were on our way. I don't know, they always say it's a small world, but literally someone I haven't seen for years, and I run into them in a random city in Europe that I've never been to in my life, off of like just following, like, I guess my intuition telling me where to go, like, hey, take this turn, and we happen to cross each other at that exact time in that very intersection. Freaking wild. wild. You can't make this stuff up.
Okay, so I just had my first weird Matrix glitch moment, and I used to call BS on everybody's until right now. So, I have a pair of gloves. Okay, hold on. I have one pair of gloves, and I was planning on buying another one today, but I forgot to stop. This is the right hand, this is the left. You see how that's ripped? And it doesn't have like the band on it anymore. I ripped it yesterday at work, so I was gonna buy some more, but I forgot. I get my bag out, and in my mop bucket is this. There's the right hand. There's the left hand. Same weird rip. Not even gonna cut the camera. Same weird right hand, left hand, rip. Right hand, left hand, rip. I swear to God, I am not making this up. I don't know what happened. What? Yes, the first thing I did is grab my camera. Okay, I'm gonna go to work now with my 2 pairs of ripped gloves. Matrix glitch thing. What?
Weirdest thing just happened to me. I did this puzzle back at home in Jersey before I moved to the city. I wanted to frame it as decor because look how beautiful she is. It took me days to finish, mostly because a large portion is like one color. Once I finished, I realized there was one piece missing. Like, of course, I searched high and low for this piece. I looked in every crack, crevice, crease in my room to find this missing piece, but she was nowhere to be found. So I realized it might be like a manufacturing issue. But I framed it anyway because I decided to use it as a metaphor. Life is never complete. There's always room for growth, and perfection is never the goal. The other night, I left my apartment for a bit, and then when I came back, I tossed my keys on my bed. And when I picked them up, the missing piece was under my keys. I was like, what? I was perplexed. Like, I thought this was a glitch in the Matrix, parallel universe, timeline jumping, whatever. I was like, I did this puzzle in a completely different state. How does it appear beneath my keys in New York after all that moving, everything? I just don't understand it. I'm so happy and excited that I can finally finish this, but like, what the heck? I need to know if anyone else has experienced any glitch in the Matrix things. So let me know your stories, because I'm genuinely curious about this topic.
This one happened 2 years ago in Columbia, South Carolina, in an Airbnb. So me and my boyfriend got an Airbnb in Columbia. We were staying there for a couple days, and we ordered DoorDash, and they had like an outdoor patio area, so we decided to eat outside. When we opened up the food, we realized that we didn't have any silverware, so I went inside to get silverware. I went to the kitchen, and I looked everywhere, through all of the drawers, through all of the cabinets. I looked everywhere twice for silverware. And this one specific drawer, I had a computer charger plugged into the wall, which dangled over one of the drawers. Whenever I closed the drawer, it got stuck, so I opened it up again, and I remember this drawer because it looked weird. On one side of the drawer, there was a spatula and one of the clampy things, and on the other side of the drawer was oven mitts. The middle of the drawer was empty. Weird, but didn't think much of it. Went back outside, and I told them that there's no silverware here. What? Seriously? I know, right? Ate with our hands. So I go back inside to clean everything up, and my boyfriend opens a drawer, and I hear from the other room, silverware is right here. Stunned. I'm stunned. So I walk in there, and what you know, it's the exact drawer that had the cord dangling down, and it had the silverware box. You know, like you can lift the box up, and it's the thing of silverware directly in the middle of the drawer. I thought I was crazy. I thought I was losing my mind. Like, no, you don't understand. I checked all these drawers, and I checked that one twice because I had to open it again. And there was no silverware in that box. I told that story later to a group of friends, and they told me that it's a common Airbnb thing for them to, if you've ever seen the movie The Boy, where the boy like lives in the walls, he told me that it's a common thing for Airbnb hosts to have that same thing, or have like a hideaway tunnel, and they come out and like do shit. I thought that was a little extreme, but I mean, honestly, I would prefer it to be a glitch in the Matrix, a timeline jump or something, rather than the boy movie scenario. Regardless, it doesn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense, and I can't explain it to this day, but that happened.
So I bought a house in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around me. This is relevant. So I leave today to run to the grocery store real fast to get something for dinner, and I pull out of my driveway. I go to the end of the road, and when I get up to the end of the road, the car that turns the corner to come down my road passing me is my old self in my old car. It's me. What is that? So when this happens, I have this flash of a memory of me getting lost out here when I was younger. I didn't know where I was, and at the time, cell phones didn't have GPS on them. I never had GPS in a car, and I was lost out here, and I drove down this road. Like, what? And this is the middle of the day. I'm not tired. This wasn't a hallucination or like some strong memory that happened. And I was just like, it became real. No, this happened. It was a glitch that it's just so insane. I don't know what that was about. It freaked me out. I saw myself. It was me in my old car. And it was me in my old car before I hit a deer in it eventually, because then I got a car after that. So like, what was that? So does that mean it makes it true that all of our worlds are happening at the same time? I'm so confused. I'm packing eggs. I have people coming to get eggs from me, and I'm just contemplating on what happened. It's absolutely insane. Like, I've been off for a few days. I've gotten good sleep. It has nothing to do with anything like that. This happened, and it's absolutely crazy. So I don't know if you guys had similar things happen to you, but this is absolutely crazy.
A few weeks ago, I went to make tea, and to make tea, I have these like Lipton sachet things that I pull out, and each one has a bag in them. So each pack has a bag in it, and then I put in 2 bags into my tea, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I go back to it, and I swear there was only one bag that was open. The other one was completely shut. It had a bag in it. I could feel it. And I'm going, what the heck happened here? I look everywhere for where the other packet was, where the other bag could be, or whatever, and nothing. So yeah, those glitches seem to happen when there's like light and you walk away from something, you come back to it, and it's like stacked. There's like 2 of something. I think there's a theme to that duplication.
When I tell you the weirdest thing that I've ever experienced just happened to me, I am OCD. I am a clean freak. I like organization, everything, okay? When I tell you I organize my daughter's stuffed animals and toys and books at least once a week, I just organized her books 3 days ago. I also want to preface by saying that I know my daughter's toys and books like the back of my hand. I literally clean them and organize them all the time. I'm so anal about it. And I also just know her books because my daughter loves books. We read books all day long. Here she is. Her 2 favorite books, The Pout Pout Fish and I'll Love You Till the Cows Come Home, right? Okay. My daughter received this book, I Love You Till the Cows Come Home, when she was still in my belly from her auntie, who has a beautiful note in here. Oh, wrong page. From her auntie. Okay. I also keep said book up here because it's her most read book. I know this book. Please tell me why she went to go grab a book down here, because we have so many books that we keep them down here. Even though we have so many, I still know all of them, okay? She grabs this book from there, and I'm like, oh, that's weird, because it's always up here. And I noticed that it's up there too. So then I'm sitting here realizing she has 2 of the same books. Okay, explanation number 1. It could have been one of her friends. I checked. Not. It's not. None of them left them behind. I would have noticed if she left with a book of her friends. And also, mind you, I just organized her books 2 days ago. Let me go a little bit deeper, okay? Because this is really ironic. My best friend's daughter, Her birthday was a couple weeks ago. I bought her this same book because it's one of Brinley's favorites in this form. Why would I have bought it for her if we had one? I could have just given this to her. And also, I remember everything she got for her birthday. There's no way I would have kept one, like duplicates. I would have brought this to the thrift store to give this away because it would be like, we don't need two. Like, this is just bizarre. At first, I was like, that's weird. I'd never experienced like a quote unquote glitch in the Matrix. And then I was like, no, like, actually, this is weird. And then I like almost got into tears because I was like, no, actually, this is really weird. Because I don't believe in the Matrix, okay? But like, this crap is weird. What the heck? So then I look it up. It turns out people deal with duplicates of glitches in the Matrix all the time. Like multiple stories of people knowing that they just had one of that item and then bam, there's two. There's two. So now I have three. One is for her friend that I'm giving. Again, why would I have bought this if I had two already? And my mom is like, Libby, there is a valid explanation. There is. No, there really isn't, actually. Because it doesn't belong to her friends. What is happening? What is this? Okay.
So I got a letter in the mail today. It's marked return to sender. And there is a lady's name that I've never met and don't know who it is in the for spot. And then my full name and full correct address in the return spot. So it was returned to me. Has a stamp and everything. On the back of the card, when it was sealed, it said, to my dear friend, and it had little hearts on it. Super cute. So I opened it, as one does. It was a homemade card for Tina. And when I opened it, it's this very long letter to Tina. It's a heartfelt message about how, like, basically they were friends. Whoever wrote this and this Tina were friends way back when. It has a very specific story where it talks about when they were bowling and they ran over an old Marty's foot. At one point she says, I'm not writing this to reopen old wounds or rehash the past, just to say you matter, you still do, and I hope life is treating you with the kindness you deserve. Sweet message, right? It is marked from me. And then probably the most unsettling part is that it says new number. And this that my finger is covering is my real cell phone number. I did not make this card. I do not know who Tina is. This is not my handwriting. The stories in here don't make sense. We did our own internet searching because we know how to do that. The woman's name in the for spot does exist in the town that I live in. She seems to be about 15 to 20 years older than me, and her Facebook page doesn't look like it's been active for 7 years. At least that's what I can observe. Like, her Facebook profile changed 6 years ago. She made a post that was public 6 years ago. Maybe it's just all private, I don't know. The address that was returned from is a true apartment complex in the town that I live in. But clearly, like, she doesn't live there or whatever. Somebody is impersonating me. Obviously not doing a very good research job because they sent it to an address that doesn't exist. But someone decided to use my name and my address, write a very heartfelt letter to Tina. Sorry, Tina, I don't know who you are, but included my cell phone number. My husband thinks it's a scam, as one's husbands do, because they're logic. I, not so logical. I am convinced it's a glitch in the Matrix. If you don't understand, if you don't believe in the glitch in the Matrix stuff and like how like there's like different timelines, I sound crazy, but this feels crazy. So I'm going with a crazy answer because nothing else makes sense. The letter looks like it was written by me, but I've never seen it before in my life. It looks like it was written to Tina. I've never met Tina before in my life. I don't know who she is. I did Facebook message her and like sent her all the pictures of everything with my phone number. So that's probably not the best choice. Is this a scam? Is my husband right? Or is like another version of me and this woman who's like 20 years older than me friends, or they were friends? I don't know. I need an answer, and I'm starting to think that paranormal is the only way through this.
So which of these creepy glitch in the Matrix stories did you like the most? I enjoyed them all, but the idea of seeing my past self drive by my current self is something that got me really thinking. Until next time, never stop searching.